with all the other transfer tittle and indeed tattle. Here's our tittle expert, Warren Horton. Hi, Warren.
Thank you. You build me up nicely, Danny.
Well, you're not going to pretend these are concrete facts that you've somehow mined out of the cold hard ground.
I can give you one fact.
Good.
Juventus have turned out a bid from Manchester United for Paul Pogba.
And I know you want to come in if you're a long run-up about this.
Well, what's interesting there is that for the last 3 or 4 weeks, we've all had an idea about the sort of fee United would have to pay to get him. They'd have to break the world record, and to bid 85 million and that be rejected. Maybe Ed Woodward's gone in there on the premise that we know the player wants to join us. We've agreed terms with him and his representative. But you've got to get these deals done.
There's no other buyers as well.
But you shouldn't mess around and he's got to get this deal done as quickly and as cleanly as he can. Pogba's back. He's supposed to be back in Turin on August the 6th. Now, I don't think he's going to want to go back when he's already told the club he wants to leave and return to Manchester. Stop messing about. Just get the fee agreed and get the player back at Manchester United. You talk about a £10.9 million a year salary as well. All that's been agreed. They didn't sort this out with the player.
If it's that old thing, they want 100 million. United are offering 85. United are obviously hoping they'll settle at 90 or 95 and save themselves 5 or 10 million.
What's 5 or 10 million in the grand scheme of this? Well, this sort of fee. Just get on with it. Get the player signed.
And you know what happens now? But Juventus ring somebody they know at Real Madrid, and Real Madrid suddenly announce, "Oh, we're back in the market for a top international midfielder."
We found £100 million.
Yeah, and Manchester United will have to go and pay the full dosh. That's how it works.
Absolutely.
Well, thank you for that fact. What other half facts have you got?
I'll give you another one as well.
Oh, he's going.
Georgino Wijnaldum. Spurs have dropped out, and he's on his way to Liverpool, and I think that'll be a really good signing for them. A fee is very, very close to being agreed as well. 13 league goals last season for Newcastle in a disappointing side who
none away
he likes. Giorgio Wijnaldum plays when he likes. I mean, he was like that last year.
Not one of those goals away from home, and 4 of them against Norwich.
So what's your point?
I think he showed some good signs, but also some bad signs.
I'm playing.
Whose stats could easily turn into a very nice brochure. That's all I'm saying.
I think he's a good player. I think he'll add to what Liverpool are doing. A bit more dynamism in midfield as well. I think he'd be a good signing. Bearing in mind, £14 million a season ago from PSV Eindhoven as well, and to get around at least 25 million for him would be a pretty good bit of business for Rafa Benitez. I'm sure he'll get that money and be able to reinvest. One of the reinvestments he will be doing is Grant Hanley from Blackburn, their defender. 24, come through the ranks at Blackburn, Scottish international. He looks like he's on his way to Newcastle. Won't happen today, but everything
they've got to buy centre half.
Is very close to being completed as well. And after Matt Sells, Jesus Gomez, Matt Ritchie, I think it's a really good signing, and Dwight Gale as well.
I think they're going to have a good season.
I think they're going to have. I think you're right, Andy. I think with the recruitment already, I think Newcastle, will enjoy. Yes, in the Championship, but I think they'll have a good season.
Scolacini went back to Argentina.
Yeah.
And
Stephen Taylor's clearly done.
Retired, I think. Did he retire? He certainly left the club.
He's available. He's on a free transfer.
Who's the boy that came in late last season? Did well in the last. I can't remember his name.
Lascelles, they got him from Nottingham Forest. No, they got to find someone to play with him. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he did well in the last.
Oh yeah, didn't they sign 2 from Nottingham Forest in that deal as well? But he stayed. But
I brought you one, and now you're trying to press me for the other as well.
Yeah, he again another good bit of business for them as well. And going over to Germany, Leroy Sané.
We're still going with All Facts Radio, are we?
Going with another player that we've spoken about, Leroy Sané as well. Again, the report saying that he's told Schalke he wants to move to the Premier League and he wants to move to Manchester City.
Bayern were interested, weren't they? But
yeah, again, you mentioned a long run-up. This has been a long run-up for Pep Guardiola, Raheem Sterling, Kevin De Bruyne as well. John Stones, another player he wants, and Leroy Sané. All these players from when he agreed, not officially, to go to Manchester City, all on his radar, and all players he wants to get into the club. Talks ongoing there. Talks still ongoing with Everton for John Stones. They've already said we will only consider bids for £50 million above, which suggests he's for sale.
City need fullbacks as well. They need fullbacks and defenders, because although they've got Sanya's getting on a bit, I don't know if Zabaleta.
He's about 27, 28, isn't he?
No,
Sanya.
No, they're all north of 30 now. All our defenders, yeah.
And then on the other side, Kolarov and Clichy didn't really convince at all last year, so they could probably do.
I would agree. They
would
probably look to.
So it's interesting that they're sort of concentrating on attacking weapons when that wasn't their problem last year.
Well, about 6 weeks left, 5 weeks left, so I'm sure they'll look to strengthen in that area as well, or maybe they've got a youngster coming through the ranks. Let's wait and see.
Any more you want to bring our attention?
Kalilou Koulibaly, Napoli defender. Now
he won't be cheap either.
Exactly. Now it just gives you an idea now of where some clubs are with the Premier League money and the investment. Now we are getting reports that Arsenal and Chelsea have shown some real interest. Everton have now entered the race, and we're talking around £46 million to get him out of Napoli as well. So if that does happen, you know, Everton got the new investment from Fahad Moshiri as well. If that happens, that gives you a real indication of where Everton are. Plus, they're going to be spending big, and the nuggets that Steve Walsh picks out as well from France. You know that Everton are moving in the right direction. They're in a good place.
He'll go to Chelsea or Arsenal, I think.
If Lazio have got any decent players, then now's the time to approach them as well, given that they've sold 11 season tickets for the upcoming season. 11.
Absolutely, as well.
Yeah.
And just to flip on the Pogba as well, it looks like Nemanja Matic will be one of their options if they do, if and when Pogba does go as well.
Oh, like for like. Why so?
Oh, hang on, 18 months ago you told me Matic was the best player in the Premier League.
He was terrible last year. I don't know what's happened to him.
Warren, thank you very much.
No
Thank you very much for putting up with me the last couple of days. Paul is back tomorrow.
Thank goodness for that.
Following his minor nose job, he'll be back tomorrow to talk about the transfer tittle-tattle.
Transfer window updates on Talk Sport with Soul Station. Open 7 days a week, 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. Monday to Saturday, and Sundays 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. There when you need us.